not a welder. I'm just a guy who happens to be welding. About my feelings. Got some stuff to do. I was supposed to go to Kohl's and send back one of my 3D printer boards to Amazon because they sent me a wrong version of a board. So I haven't really been driving the Z this week. So I had it on some Pennzoil full synthetic. I was kind of like, you know, fuck this shit. This shit's gross. So I went and jacked up the car, and I realized that front core support broke in half again. So, well, I mean, I didn't really fix it that well on the first time, so I'm gonna have to go in. I'm gonna do some plug welds on a stick welder. And see this right here, it just kind of broke off. We're back over here. So I'm gonna have to jack this thing back up, level it out. You see this side's pretty much level. I need to jack that side up. I'm gonna take off this front, this top side, what do you call it? I'm just gonna call it a brace. Is that support strip or whatever. I'm gonna take that off. I'm gonna wire wheel the top. And yeah, I'm probably gonna leave it in the same spot. But yeah, I need a wire wheel off this area, and I'm gonna weld the top first. Yeah, so I was planning on making this thing my daily driver. I just took that thing off. It looks like I bent up that little row. It's kind of all bent up. And that's besides the point. Like, I don't care about that as much, but right here, you can see this crack has developed. I did manage to weld this area, but it seems like it continued to stress fracture. It cracked back there originally, I believe, and it looks like it's making its way up here slowly. So probably gonna have to get a welder at some point. Might even need to just get a new car and start ripping apart the front, find a welder and make a tube section. Apparently that's what people do, but for now I'm just gonna make it work the best I can. You know, hindsight's always a bitch, and to be honest with you, it's not that big of a deal, but for having a daily driver, it is. The bottom of the core support is still structurally firm. You know, I can only really do what I can do until I get someone who has a better welder and more skills. You know, this is what I'm gonna have to do. Look how bent it is. You can see the crack right back there, right there. Anyways, with all these cracks and how much they're developing, and I think I even made this one a little bit worse, doing a little bit of hammering. With all of these, with all these cracks, I literally have driven the car, you know, at highway speeds and faster. These cracks. Like, I really just believe in my heart that there are people who will say, that's dangerous as fuck. You're fucking stupid. To be honest with you, I'm stupid for buying the car. I should have took that money and bought a fucking Nissan Sentra for like $1,000. And then there's gonna be a group of people who would be like, that's not bad, I've done way worse. put a bigger strap in, 2 screws on the right side, 1 over here on the left. You can see I kind of cleaned it up. I have the spots underneath cleaned up. And I'm gonna stick weld them holes. Dat stick. At 3 a.m., I had a dream I was working on my car. And across from where I live, there's a military base. Like, I heard, like, I was working on my car on this little cul-de-sac on my street. And then I heard, like, a boom. Real deep. I woke up and I was like, what the fuck? And after that, I just had a bunch of weird dreams. One of them, I was, like, in a classroom or something. And this guy sent, like, a job offer to. He was, like, sitting behind me. But the seat in front of him was kind of like, if you had to take a shit, you would go take a shit on that seat. And so I was in that seat, I was like fucking around. I was like, hey, what's up, dude? And I took a shit right there. And I had another weird dream. But yeah, anyways, yeah, okay, I know y'all want to see it. Look. Put a screw in that right here. It's not as sturdy. And look at the boogers. I don't know how I'm gonna shove this. Here's the leftmost side. Look at these boogers. I got one good one right there. Look at that. Got some boogers. Got boogers. Boogers. And then right here, I kind of tried boogering that up. I got to the back side of it and I said, you know, fuck this shit. On the bottom, I have screws going in. Whoop. There's the screws. And I boogered those. Oh my god, holy shit. See right there, I boogered the washer. I got a little booger on the nut there. I don't know if oh my god. You see, I think this one I boogered that one has 2 washers. Hopefully these boogers are better than just a couple of nuts and oh my god. Let me get one last glory pass through. Where am I at? I'm just being honest with you. You know? A lot of these boogers are useless. Just absolutely useless. Coming back over to this side, you can kind of start seeing the nature of this car. This is my Cyclone Jet Bleeder 2000. I had to do a little bit of maintenance because it's been sitting. The idea is that, and I think the bike pump is broken, so I might be able to just step on the brakes and it just sends fluid through. You can see that it's been holding vacuum for a while. So, yeah. All jokes aside, the brakes already feel a lot better. Old rotor on this side. Let me see. I had a new pad, so I'm guessing the last pad started eating into it.